vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Coon Sauce? Alright, guys. It's that time for Dan's Dad Joke of the Week.
What is going on, Ohmies? Welcome back for episode 36, the first episode of 2020. And of course, we had to bring on a special guest for this episode. And from the title, if you guys aren't, you better get down with the thickness, because we got Mr. Thick Nick himself. Dude, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us tonight, man. It's definitely going to be a good show. I already feel it.
Always. I love being on here, man. It's always a good time.
Nice, man. So, of course, we're going to do our normal thing, talk about what we're going to be vaping on throughout the night. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Dan. What you vaping on, bro?
What? I'm first?
Yeah, dude.
This is
you know what? You deserve it today, bro, because you've been putting in work this morning. Yes.
That's right.
Goddamn right, bro.
That's right. See? Just got to put in that little extra and extraordinary, and you'll
first
be good.
Chair right there.
All right. First off, my signature setup today, I switched my rings on my vert so that it's green, black with the purple chop top for my Ducks jersey.
Yeah,
all
dude.
matchy. I got that with some
Do the Ducks play today?
Ducks fly together. All right.
Okay.
When the wind is howling and the sky turns black.
Ducks fly together.
That's right.
Ashton from Palmer's Powder says #VapeDad.
That's right. He better have his homework done, or he's not allowed to watch the show. I already got on him this afternoon. Jesus. Benthol and that guava lemonade with some mint. I have my Dang on the Unicorn MDX 3-in-1 with the ever lovely Boule Bolu, and then I have just this Armor Pro with this amazing K-Fun Light. Thank you, Vapor Swaggins. You're the man. And I have some VPN 12 milligram blue slushy in that. And that's what I got. And I'll pass it to Vapor Swaggins.
Oh, great.
Your fault for vaping.
Yeah. I'm Vapor Swaggins. I'm here so you don't have to be. Let's turn this light on. Let's make it a little bit more professional in here. #intimate. I finally broke my Monarch back out.
Yeah.
Batch 1. Riley, if I can remember the name properly. I haven't.
I believe that's right.
I think this is Riley with the brass top, and I got the matte gold TM24 Pro on there from Kent. Thanks, Kent. I'm using it, and I love this one. When I realized it, I got some Breeze Tone coils in here, and I was like, you know what? this can move off of the Guardian, and it can move on to a dual parallel unregulated, and it's freaking glorious. Inside of it, I've got Nazo by Transistor. You always know I'm vaping something when the cap's off.
Yep.
Speaking of which, let me take the cap off of this. Next, I've got the Dreamer, the purple aluminum Dreamer with the purple aluminum Ardent cap, and I've got the Culverin, Culverin drip tip on there, so all purple with a black button. I gotta stay up. I'm never gonna be at Frames Jank level. I'm cool with that. I'm just like, I like black and stainless too much, but this guy right here is done, and it's a great vape. I friggin' love the Dreamer to this day, and the Ardent is great too, especially accompanied by the Dreamer. Inside of that, Vulcan by Rescued, because it's my new fave. That's a kiwi strawberry. And second to last, I've got the Pug, because I like reach to places in my desk. Like I'll move a couple bottles of juice out of the way and be like, holy shit, there's a whole setup behind there. Because that's what happened with this. And I've been vaping it. So the Pug by Vaporgate with the Gear RTA on top. And inside of that, I have the Fountain Coated, because I found this juice in my drawer of juices last week and needed to vape it. I'm out of blast off, but I'll fix that at some point. And last but not least, I've got the Smock Novo 2 custom edition, no stickers, with some mango Nick Salt in there that I found, 25 milligram mango, that I'm getting rid of by vaping it. And that's me, and I'm going to pass it off to Poon Sauce McNasty.
Hello. Okay, first off, I got the drone, the barrage. Inside of there, I got some Vulcan. A little bit left of it. Getting low. Next, I got the Ellie Dreamer Oh Ha Ha combo with the Ellie cap. Tip. What the hell am I? In there, I got some ASAP by Mama-san. And then finally,
Mama-san.
Yeah. I got my Asmodco Monarch. This is Tormund with the Recoil Rebel DHD tip on there. And inside of there, I got some Yeti Vape Squatchberry Yogurt. And I think that's it.
What is a Squatchberry?
I don't know, but it tastes like a mix of
You don't want to know.
It's like a schnozberry.
Yeah.
These
An after show
schnozberries
thing.
taste like schnozberries.
These seeds shouldn't have had sex. That's what a squashberry is.
I'm going to pass it over to Clown.
Alrighty. Let's see. I got the Gen 2 Blotto. In that, I got Ben.
Yeah, dude.
You see? It's amazing. Then I got the Vert Recoil, all blacked out and stuff. And that I got like the last drops of my Anarchist Pink, which that little bit makes me really sad. And then lastly, I'm gonna go with this guy, Hexel
Ooh.
Recoil, and in that also last couple of drops of Psycho Kriller.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Take it away, Nick.
Man, I'm keeping it real simple, man. Caliburn with Cubano. This is my ride or die all day, every day vape. And then actually picked up something new. And this is the ugliest setup I have. I love both of these things, but not in these colors. Rocking the grip with the dang and copper and Ultim. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, why? But I'm sending this off to get it painted. I never rock raw material. I can't handle that at all. And in that RDA,
I feel you.
I smell
Rockin'
pennies.
Yeah, dude.
like the last eighth of that bottle, I've had this one hidden. So, and I gotta give a little shout out real fast. I am super, super anal when it comes to liquids, and I've had this since Vape Showcase Houston. Okay. And it is still wonderfully clear. Like that is the sign of a good quality liquid. The flavor is phenomenal.
Yep.
Agreed. So that's it for you tonight, Nick?
Yeah, I'm just keeping it simple, man. It's the same shit that I had sitting here last night while I was working.
Hell
So,
yeah,
like,
dude. Well, I got a couple things here. I'll start off with let's start off with this one first. I've got the Dang on top of my black stainless Dreamer, and I actually have a black constant contact switch on there that I stole from my Notion. Of course, blacked that out with the black button. And then I got this super dope sugar plum chop top from DHD. It goes from purple to like a teal color. You can see it's kind of starting to change on the inside, purple on the outside. Just, a little pop of color on top of all the black.
Plum.
Just
I like
love
that
it.
color.
Love it. Inside of that, I got some, fountain cherry ice. And disclaimer, there's no menthol or culotta in this liquid whatsoever. It is just named cherry ice. For anybody out there that's wondering, it is a white cherry citrus slushy, and it is delicious. Delicious.
Shit, I'm going to have to try it.
So good. So big shout out to OPMH and the Fountain, one of my favorite lines, as you guys know. Next setup I broke out the black and green splattered copper keen, got the Asgard Mini 25 on top, of course a moss chop top from Miss Jess Marie. Inside of this I have, what do I have in this one? This one's got, oh no, sorry. This one has cherry ice in it. The Dang combo had Ben in there. So that's those two setups. And the last but not least, my mod that I got specifically done just for this show as like an homage to all that we've kind of accomplished over the few years that we've been doing this. And shout outs to my man out there in chat, Ashton from Palmer's Powders, for hooking me up and just absolutely killing it with this. It is my new Vaping with the Ohmies edition, Palmer's Powder custom coated Ruby 21. Just look at that. You got a little bit of red around the button there with some black and blacked out the top. Of course, I got a chop top on here too, and this is the red rum. This one goes from black to red, so of course, perfect for this setup, right? And got some for British Eyes Only coils in here and some Pango from Transistor. Pineapple mango, really, really solid liquid. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. I'm just going to sit here and just vape on this for a little while. And with that, I'm going to throw it over to Corey for his little segment here that we like to call What's in the News, Boon Sauce.
Okay. Well, if you guys have been living under a rock, some interesting things happened this past week when it comes to advocacy-wise stuff. So we had a little bit of a ban go into effect. And it's about pretty much it includes all pre-filled flavored pod devices, which I know that a lot of people talk about it. I know we had That's What She Said talk about it. Danielle went pretty in depth with it and what she thought. I know we talked about it they talked about it on, I think it was the Green Room and the Vape Stew as well. So it's, I don't know, we should really consider this a win, because obviously you're taking an option away from somebody that may have worked to help them get off the stinkies. But it's hard to say that it isn't kind of a win, because it's so, I don't know, I'm so conflicted with it, because I'm somebody who's in the hobbyist side of things to where I really don't use pods that often, to where I'm kind of happy they didn't touch my open system / bottled e-liquid. I'm curious of what your guys' thoughts are on the whole shit that went down. Pretty much.
Go ahead, Dan.
I'll go. My book, it's a win. They didn't touch our stuff. They didn't touch disposables. They went after the pod system style stuff, which they've been on for so long. And disposables are so big. If people are looking for convenience, there's your convenience right there. And I can still do what I want to do without having no repercussions to me. That's how I feel about it.
But do you have any kind of
how about just the fact that they that they flat out made a determination for the public between an open system and a closed system?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen literature written about it in a positive way, whether they know it or not. But for us, saying that there's open vape tank systems and then there's pod systems, and flavored pod systems have been the issue, and they have been the issue since 2017. We've heard people like Grimm talk about it, that Scott Gottlieb, who was ahead of the FDA at the time, had a chance to nip this in the bud, but he didn't. And this is the recourse of it, all this demonization and smearing. And we knew regulations were going to have to come at some point. So if they regulate the part of the system that's the cancer of the system, that's kind of killed small businesses, killed our freedoms, our generalized freedoms, it's like, oh, we're just letting them take a little bit. If they take a little bit, you give them an inch, they'll take them out. No, this is regulation. This is a consumer market. And if we want to play with the big wigs, if they're giving us a way in, this is the way in. And I think it's a win to be able to have that, those two things separated, closed system and open tank system. I think that's a huge win.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, just so people know, some of these systems that they're going after are stuff like Juul or the Miley or things like that. It's not the disposable guys that you're seeing out there. They're not going after the Caliburn style thing,
right?
Because it
even
empty
this
pods
right here, like this,
fill
right
it yourself.
Is
it's anything that's closed that you can't put your own liquid in, right? Correct.
Yeah. This I don't have it. Where is it? This.
From what I understand, that's what's being said.
Pre-filled.
It's just pre-filled, prepackaged
in my mind,
pods.
Yeah, my mind, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
So for that, that's a win in my book.
This right here, not banned. These are just pods that you put juice in.
Right.
That's it. Not banned.
But anything
the way I think about it too is how Swag was talking about them finally telling the difference between an open and a closed system. It's kind of, this is something that we kind of hoped that would happen over time, just by, if they're going to, because you think if somebody's going to regulate something, they're supposed to learn about what they're going to regulate. And obviously we're seeing that they're slowly but surely starting to learn, because if they didn't learn, they wouldn't have differentiated between open and closed system. They wouldn't have put out their closed pod product. So yeah. I consider that a small win as well, that they're starting to learn about the technology of this industry a little bit.
It sucks the way they had to go about doing it, because there's businesses that are closed and whatnot. But I think we're finally getting to a point where they're understanding us a little bit better. I hope it doesn't come around to bite us in the ass. We don't know yet, but this is a good step in my eyes.
I mean, I wouldn't consider this a full-on, like, okay, we won. Let's not fighting.
No. That
should be more reason for us to call the White House, call your local representatives, keep fucking giving them help.
Stop.
Which also something I wanted to mention too is kind of adding to your little news segment, Corey. If you guys are in the New Jersey area, there's a hearing that is going to be going on January 9th, so in 3 days. If you guys haven't seen it, Turk's been posting a couple things around. I shared it on my Instagram and stuff like that. And if you actually scroll through, there are all the numbers for all of, the Congress people and, legislators that you guys can call and, make sure that you can let your voice be heard. So if you guys are in the New Jersey area, this is directly going to affect you. So you probably want to get up and make some phone calls and, maybe send out some emails and, make sure that your voice is heard, guys. And if you guys aren't in New Jersey, it doesn't mean you guys can't call either and send an email. We can all help.
Right. Don't sleep on this, because even though this was
supposed
to be
today,
federally, like the states are still trying to do whatever they want to do. The small victory, but look out for your own state. I want to know what
the federal victory is a good victory, of course, but the more harder victory and the more intense victory that we're going to need is at the statewide level, because
like Swags is in Mass. You guys are, you know what I mean? Even though this news came out, you guys still can't buy any of this stuff because there's a ban on it.
There's
correct?
No flavors. You can buy anything else. You can buy hardware at a 75% tax markup, whatever they mark it up, because they're getting taxed at 75%. You have to keep your receipt too. You don't want to get that $4,000 fine. But outside of that, all flavors are banned. All flavors.
Real quick too, Rescued Reviews makes a good point. If you guys are going to be sending out emails, if you're trying to send out a mass email to a bunch of different people, what will end up happening usually is will end up getting marked as spam. So if you send it as an individual email to each account, you can still have it saved. Just copy and paste it into a new email each time instead of sending a big thread, because that way it won't be just marked off as spam and it'll actually get to the right, inbox so it can be seen.
Give a little advice to people who want to send out the mass emails. put the first email down in an email, copy it. Everybody probably has a clipboard on their phone. Copy it to that clipboard. So when you could just go into that clipboard, copy that, paste it into the new email, and just repeat to other representatives.
Yes.
Proofread. Make sure.
Copy it to your notes app, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Notes, clipboard, whatever you got.
Take advantage of
Clipboard's the
spell
magical
check
place
as well
in
if you
between.
can.
Yeah.
I want to know what Clown and Thick Neck got to say about this subject we've been talking about. Sorry for cutting you guys off if we did.
No, you're good.
No.
You're not sorry. I am.
Like I am on the whole thought of give them an inch, they'll take a mile, but at the same time, it is you got to play the game. And I understand that. And I mean, the biggest issue we've had was closed pod systems in convenience stores. So I know that's really what has made it impossible for us to continue the way we were. So I mean, it's one of those things that we do got to find where to take a stance and where not to. And this is one of those ones where there's just no good light on it.
Yeah.
We might as well just move on and do something that we know actually will work and will flourish a little bit better.
And just to clarify a little bit too, guys, when it comes down to like them banning these systems, it is only for flavored filled pods. So they are still going to be your tobacco and your menthol, but anything else is what is going to be taken off the market and no longer be accessible. That's just one thing I want to make sure I let everybody know for anybody who might be wondering. But yeah, I'm kind of with you too, Clan. It is like one of those situations where it's like give and take, and we got to make sure that we don't give more than we're able to get back. You know what I mean? We got to make sure that it's a even exchange. But yeah, is there anything that you wanted to add to that at all, Nick? Or
yeah, I'll. So I do not view this as a victory in even the slightest. It is a absolute slap in the face to all consumers, especially those that rely on these devices for the convenience, for the reliability, for whatever. This is a massive ball drop by any store-fronted advocacy. This is a product that these stores and these people that own companies don't want because they lose out on profit margins. No fighting was done for them whatsoever. We know what the issue is.
But what's so big? What's so big, Nick, of a deal between if a mango's in a system that you buy that's already the mango's in there, or you buy 30 mils of mango juice and you put it in a pod system that has a little fucking stopper on the side? I mean,
there are some people that don't
because
see
not
that as
everybody vapes that way.
You can't. This is the thing that we need to remember too. You can't please everybody.
Right.
You can't. This may be an unpopular opinion, but you can't.
I understand that, but we were in an industry in which we had options. We had a little bit of everything for everyone. And
we weren't regulated.
A group of people, but we didn't really need it. I mean, let's be honest here. Pete, the whole reasoning behind this is that kids are using these products, right? You go look at any of these schools that post what it is that they're taking from the students. They're Soren Airs, they're Soren drops, they're TFV sticks. All of these are open system devices, or they're Cardos, right? And that's a whole separate thing in general.
Yeah.
It's any form of freedom that is being taken from you, even if it doesn't apply to you, is an insult. It's like saying you can have these products any day of the week except for on Sunday. Sunday you can't have that because we said so. That's just stupid. Like any product being banned is a loss. We already lost with a federal T21, and most groups agreed that, we'll just give that to them. You don't give the government anything. The government takes. Now it's a handful of pod systems, which, let's be honest here, disposable pod systems have a bigger footprint than anything, anything else, because it's added waste. So even there's an environmental effect with the worse option that they could have banned. Like, the whole thing is just asinine to me.
At the end of the day, it's agree or disagree with you. I'm just, for the purposes of making it interesting, because if we all sit here and agree, then it's just like, all right, we agree. But I mean, just to be thought provoking, it's like, nicotine and smoking and these things like that are not like rights when it comes down to are like you have a right to have a roof over your head, food to eat, water to drink, clothes to wear. When it comes to, medicines and like medicines that aren't for like functionality, like basic functions, but like nicotine for what it's worth, like these are not rights in essence. That is a general brushstroke. This is just a thought I'm putting out there. But like, yeah, we obviously want to fight for everything. But from a business standpoint, like there's a lot of aspects that we don't understand. We see this from a defensive standpoint because we've had to be on the defensive forever. So it's like we're constantly thinking of like what's the ulterior motive here, which is not bad. But like I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, like I work in IT, right? And basically, I realize that you can't do everything for the person. At a certain point, people need to take responsibility for themselves. And when it comes to an open or closed pod system, the convenience, some people just can't do it. Well, can they tie their shoes in the morning? Can they take a shower when they need to? We talked about that a little bit earlier. That up later on. But it's like, take a bottle, put it in the pod, squeeze it, close the pod. Or if you have a partner and you have like dexterity issues, I mean, I don't know, but at what point do you not cater? You can't cater to every percentage of every person at that one level of the argument. The other level of the argument is rights. And I agree with you on that. I don't ever want to back down on something that you're going to tell me I can't have and not give me a justifiable reason why. Right. So not to say that I don't agree with it at all. I'm just trying to bring up.
I gotcha.
That
side. I mean, that makes complete and total sense. But I mean, it just, from just even my experience working in a vape shop, when we were told, hey, you can no longer change coils for a customer.
Right.
I had people who had a finger between both hands or no hands at all and still managed to be able to vape. And I disregarded that because I'm like, screw this. This is stupid. This is not even anything that you can actually enforce. But it's the whole concept of this is a large portion of the vaping market that people use. Now, I can't tell you how much of that market are they using it because it's just laziness, or are they using it because they don't have a choice?
Yeah.
From what I've seen, being in a vape shop, it's convenience for people. It's so easy to buy a pack of pods, put it in your Joel stick or whatever, Miley, whatnot, and just walk out and you're good to go, right?
Yeah.
I feel they get rid of this and you have to buy a Caliburn and a bottle of juice and pods and whatnot and fill it up. I think they did them a favor in a sense because people are going to be like, wow, I didn't have to buy a pack of pods every 2 days, pre-filled pods. These pods have been lasting me. This juice has been lasting me. I'm not spending nearly as much money as I used to as well. I came from a factory, all right, a union shop. We negotiated a contract every couple of years. You ask for everything, you settle somewhere in the middle. And from looking at it from that standpoint, this is in my eyes, this is kind of good where it's at. I know we want everything, but sometimes you don't get everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compromise.
Well, it does bring up good talking points, guys. Of course, this is something that we still got to stay active on. We still got to stay vigilant, make sure that we're emailing and just staying, informed about what's going on and knowing about these things as they're coming up. Of course, great places to, find about these things. Join CASA if you guys aren't a member already. They do have calls to action. They send out emails letting you know what are happening in your local area. Of course, you can stay tuned here on Vaping with the Ohmies. Anything that we hear about, we'll be definitely telling you about. Of course, you can stay tuned for what's in the news with Poon Sauce and the Angry Hippie as well.
I got an announcement on that, by the way. January 15th, we will be back. January 15th, we will be starting a whole new
season.
Season 2 of What's in the News with Poon Sauce and the Angry Hippie. So I'm excited.
Yeah, so definitely stay tuned for that, guys. Subscribe if you guys aren't. But what we're going to do now, guys, is going to switch gears and talk to our guest here a little bit, because something a little interesting happened that I kind of want to ask you a little bit about. We don't have to talk about it too much, because I know you even put a video out about it, which you guys can go check out over on the Thick Nick channel if you guys aren't subscribed yet. make sure you subscribe. Go over there and you can check it out and get a little bit more detail of the situation. But something pretty interesting happened with your channel over the weekend. Is it like I'm still kind of thrown off by it just because it just seems so weird and random. But apparently, like, they just like got rid of your content and subscribers.
Yeah, so YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, decided that Friday night, around like right before the vape stew comes on in Central Time, that I wasn't allowed to have a YouTube channel anymore. And I was logging on to watch the stew like most Friday nights, and no picture, no like wallpaper thing, no subscribers, no videos. And I thought, okay, well, this might be something wrong. Let's refresh the page and hope for the best. And nothing. So I sent YouTube an email. They said they had no idea what happened or what they had nothing to do with it. And I called BS on that. So luckily, every time I make a video, I save a copy of it for this reason. And I spent all last night uploading all my old videos, or the ones that I had copies of, and made a new one and put that up. I put it up last night, but I figured it's like 4:45 in the morning. Nobody's awake to watch this, so I scheduled it for today. So yeah, man, YouTube tried to strike me down with a furious vengeance, and I said, I'm not playing that.
He said, no, not today.
I got a little bit of a thought on that one. So, do we know if there's anything in YouTube's algorithms where it's like inactivity on a YouTube page? Because I know there's times, Nick, where you do kind of take breaks in between of posting videos and stuff just because you either have something go on in life or something happens.
Just suck at uploading content. I mean, that's no, I just did a stream on Christmas. So, I mean, it hadn't even been 2 weeks since the last time something got uploaded.
Yeah, weren't you playing Fortnite or something?
Yeah.
I was there. I was watching.
Yeah.
It was working then, and then it was like just gone.
Weird.
Happy New Year, fire.
I was like, you know what? I'm just going to re-upload everything. And got back to 100 subscribers, got my link back. And so, you know, I'm actually doing it. I mean, but the channel's doing better than it was before it got deleted. So, yeah, my new goal now is to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Like, I don't know if I'm going to try to do something commemorative, or you know how vape groups do milestone stuff. I specifically don't want to use particular words out of fear of deletion. So but no, man, I've got a lot of good content lined up. You know, I'm going to try to do. See, the problem is I don't vape stuff when it comes out. I wait a little bit, and I wanted to like, oh, I'll do a best in 2019. I'm like, shit, I have like 2 liquids that I picked up that whole year. So I don't know, but
it's that tobacco flavor, man. Because I've had that shit, and it is the jam. It really is.
Dude, I've been vaping Cubano for like 2 years straight, and I mean, I mean this like seriously. Like, Rescued was, and I mean, I literally took everybody at Vape Showcase.
Yeah, you took us all there.
Yeah, check out this booth, and this was. I have zero credit to take here. That was 100% Angela. We were walking around. She was like, "Oh, they have dogs on the bottle." I'm like, "Okay," and just beelined over there, and it's It's awesome. It's just such a good liquid.
Because I remember in Houston, Angela's the one that called me over there. She's like, "You gotta try this shit now."
Yeah, in Houston, that's you guys brought us over
Yeah,
there, and we tried everything.
The two companies that she was like head over heels was Caribbean Clouds and Rescue.
Oh, they're good.
Both of them won awards.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want good liquid recommendations, go with Angela.
Yeah, she knows her stuff. She's
Angela's
never steered
first for a reason.
She's never steered me wrong at a convention. Anytime I've walked around with Angela and we like tasted some liquids and stuff, she's like, "Ooh, have you tried this one yet?" And then like solid, like every time. I don't think there's ever been one she's handed me that was not good. So I could attest to that for sure.
I mean, I love the fact that a liquid line gives back to, and like it's cool that like companies, oh, we donate X amount to advocacy. Like, okay, cool, everybody does that. They take care of animals. And I love that. So like a liquid company that takes care of animals winning best in show, just like the pun just makes me so giggly.
Right. You know what's funny too is at Houston, there was like a rescue convention going on at like a separate stadium.
And she kept trying to break away to go look at the animals.
It was called Best Friends or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with having the YouTube situation happen, like, are you like have any plans for like what you want to start doing now? Because like I know we've been speaking, quite a bit recently, and like I could see that you're ready to get back into the whole content creating. Is like there any like plans that you have, or like things that you are like kind of interested in going out and starting to do with the channel?
Well, I have a project that I'm working on outside of vaping entirely, and so that's taking up a lot of time. But the beauty is, since I don't really sleep much anymore, the content creation is because for me, at the heart of things, I feel guilty trying to do reviews when there is essentially a like vape prohibition going on, and it just seems silly, but that's what I like doing. I like to review things. I like to talk about products. So that at the core, that is what my content has been and always will be. But now that I've finally upgraded things like my computer, I can do game streams and be able to actually fully edit videos. So I mean, I would love to do, because really I just want my channel to be a reflection of all the random crap that I'm into, whether it's paranormal, Dungeons and Dragons, video game. Yeah, but at the core, it is a vape channel. So it definitely sets that target demographic. So it's like, hey, vapors that are also into, haunted houses or whatever, check this out. Because I realize I don't know. It's too difficult to try to sit down and play a video game for 2 to 3 hours and stream it without being a vapor. Like I'm going to vape on a camera. I'm going to vape wherever. So at the heart of things, my channel is a vaping channel, and it always will be. And I struggled with that recreating it because I'm like, okay, this was deleted because clearly it's a vape channel. But if I change what my mission is, then YouTube will win. And it's a battle of wills, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's.
Do you think is it because did you not go in and set your? Sorry, I just thought of this. Did you not go in and change your channel to being an adult only channel? Because
no, everything
went through.
Everything is locked down for 18 and up, and even then, in the last video I just put out, I say that you have to be 21 and up to watch my videos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, YouTube's rules I'll adhere to, no links and stuff like that. Like I have no problem adhering to rules, but like when you have a platform that's made for video creation. I'm going to make videos on it that don't have nudity. And you're lucky that I'm not doing that. Like, so, but yeah, man, going to be still doing reviews, still talking about what's going on. just it's going to be the same content, just more frequent.
Nice, man. Well,
I'm trying to come up with a schedule, but that is just not.
Here's what I think about it. Vaping brought us all together, but we all have other interests. So if you want to live stream some D&D on your vaping channel, I'd be down to watch that. You want to play video games on your vaping stream? Like, we all have other interests besides vaping. We all watch
Pokemon,
movies
right?
together.
Poon Sauce.
We've played
Hell
Pokemon
yeah.
together. Me and Corey got down on some Mario Kart on our Switches the other night. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just have to be a vaping channel. You can branch out from that and still have your reviews on this liquid or this device or any of those things. You know what
Vaping
I
Irish says, I don't know. I think Nick should definitely do nude reviews.
mean?
Nick does
Don't
not
have to
a
tell
problem
him
with that.
twice.
I have spoken.
Yeah, I have this
like,
is the way.
I'm already not wearing
This is the
pants.
way.
This is the
Why
way.
is that?
Oh man. So dude, I'm sorry the fucking nightmare that you had to go through this weekend, having to like really just like restart. But luckily, like you said, you were thinking ahead and saved all your videos to a separate hard drive, so you're able to upload them again. And like you said, at the end of the day, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because now you're having more subscribers than you had before the channel went down. So now it's just like to continue
get
that upward
naked,
growth.
too.
That's what's so funny, man, is after being like, hey guys, this happened. I mean, Jared the Vaping Goat in his vlog put just a small little piece of, hey man, this is some bullshit. Go subscribe to my guy. And so I'm looking, and it's like, hey, I was telling Angel I have 67 subscribers. Cool. I'm happy. Where it's steady progression. I'll hit 100 by next week, whatever. So I go, we eat dinner, get the kids cleaned up, ready for bed. I come back and it says 263. And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
I haven't even uploaded anything. And I go and I look at the analytics, and Jared has me featured on his channel. So if you watch his videos, it says, hey, you'll like this channel, even though there's zero content. Now everything's up, so you can watch some reviews. But I was just like, oh my God, thank you. Like, and then the Ohmies and Vape Stew, and I mean, just everybody just came to my aid, and I appreciate it immensely. Like, there's a moment of panic, because it takes just a shitload of time to make a video.
Well, not only that, but just all
editing
the time you invested into doing that in the first place. You know what I mean?
Right.
To grow that, that that brand that you built as it would be. It's just like, I don't know what I would do if that happened to me. You know what I mean? Like, I've got all kinds of videos on there. You know what I mean? I've finally passed that. Oh no, dude! Trust me, I've got an external hard drive with every single video I've ever recorded on it right there. So
Imagine
if I ever
trying to
needed
redo
to,
all that though.
oh dude,
Can I
that would
just say
take me like
there's
it would take me like a month.
We already have
I think
some
I have
ideas.
over 100 videos already.
Oh
We
dude,
already
I
have-
have like way more than that. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
No, my bad. We already have some suggestions for your reviews. Thick Nick's nude reviews. We have Naked in a Vape is a good one.
Naked
to do.
in a vape instead of naked and afraid.
Thick Nick in the
vape.
buff.
If aliens came and took all my clothes, what would I be?
And it's funny because I watch Angela mainly, but I watch a lot of Ancient Aliens.
Oh dude, my dad's
it's-
about the ancient aliens, dude.
And it's always like, oh yeah, man, like 4,000 years ago, aliens came down and did all sorts of butt stuff with us and then put us back. And I'm like, okay. So, I mean, if aliens abducted me, did a bunch of butt stuff and brought me back naked, what's the first vape I'm going to reach?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
The caliber, duh.
The caliber
Well,
with
see,
some
but
Cubano.
That's the secret. That's the secret. I always have a caliburn on me. All right.
So even if you're naked,
Well, if you're naked, it'll probably be in you.
Well, you know
Be
what?
honest here.
Hey, all I'm saying is if I had to go to prison, I'd still be able to get my nicotine.
yes.
All right.
Be rainbow colored at the end.
Butt stuff.
So we're running down to about the last 15 minutes here. So I do want to take a second here. Dan, unless you wanted to, do a little sponsor shout outs,
I like when you do it. I
All
shouldn't talk.
right, guys. So of course we do want to take a few moments here just to show some love for our amazing sponsors that have just been supporting us for like since day one. Of course, huge shout out goes to OPMH Project. You guys already know about the Fountain line is one of my all-time favorites. You could try the Blast Off, which is a tropical citrus slushy, which actually tastes pretty damn close to Baja Blast Mountain Dew. They've got Coated, which I'm sure you can figure out what that is, and of course the Cherry Ice I'm vaping on tonight. They also have Watson, which is a award-winning tobacco line. So if you're looking for some tobacco flavors, go check them out there. And you can also check out the Real Deal Custard. They have a churro custard, key lime custard, and the original custard as well, which are damn good, guys. I love the churro personally, and I've heard some pretty damn good things about the original as well. So definitely go check them out. And if you guys are a shop or you're looking for some distribution, they do distro and wholesale accounts. So you guys go check them out, opmhproject.com. And then of course, going to take another huge shout out to Rescued E-Liquid. You guys already know, if you guys go over to rescuedeliquid.com and use the code Ohmies, that gets you 10% off your order. And then you can also use the code BARK20 if you order anything over $120 or something like that. Take $20 off. So go over there, grab you guys up some Ben, which is one of my all-time favorites from the line. They have Vulcan as well, which is a strawberry kiwi, Vengeance, which is a banana caramel candy, and Velez, which is a blackberry cornbread pudding. And you can also check out the newest edition, the sister line of Rescued, which is Pack Leader. They just dropped Mika, which is a vanilla peppermint. And that should be out on the site for pre-orders now, and they should be going out pretty soon, guys. So if you guys want to go check that out,
you talked about it.
It is pretty good.
After dinner mint.
It is pretty good, dude. It tastes like the inside of a York peppermint patty. It is delicious. It is so good. So if you guys are into mints, I would check it out. And of course, I do want to take a second to shout out the CBD dispensary, aka purecbd1.com. If you guys are looking to get into, some CBD type stuff for any ailments or, aches and pains or anything like that, you can go check them out at purecbd1.com. Use the code SHEDTIME. It'll get you 10% off of your order. And of course, if you guys are in the Ohio area, you can go check them out. They have multiple locations. You can just type in the CBD dispensary in Google, and I'm sure it'll pop up for you guys. So just go over there. Their staff is very, very knowledgeable, guys. So if you have any questions about what you may need or anything like that, they are more than willing to help you. And everything is lab tested, guys. And you can check out anything you need to see when it comes down to it to make sure that you are getting a product that is quality and is not going to, if you're worried about, maybe popping a test or something like that, you make sure that you're getting something with 0 THC, just 100% CBD, and you'll be good to go. So just
their website has everything.
They've got topicals, they've got edibles, they've got, anything you can need, guys. So definitely go check them out.
Giraffe balls.
And take advantage of the code. Yeah, and take advantage of the code SHEDTIME for 10% off. With all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and we got about 10 minutes here. So we were talking a little bit before the show about some of the episodes and, seasons and, shows that we've been watching on like Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and stuff recently. And we kind of want to talk about it for the last 10 minutes of the show because there's been some pretty damn good ones out. Like me and Swaggins have recently got into The Witcher. We're about like 6 episodes in, and I'm definitely loving the hell out of that. I know you guys, you and Corey also started Dracula as well. So there's like,
I know that Corey was supposed to be watching Witcher with us.
Yeah, but he said screw you guys.
I gave in because it was too good. It was
he cheated on us.
Yeah, it was. I'm not upset about it at all. To be honest,
Poon Sauce is a Netflix and cheat kind of guy.
He is no chill, just cheat.
It's like he's sitting next to you, like you think that you're his number one, and he's on his phone, swiping right.
On other shows, like add to my list.
Yep.
Add to my list.
What about you, Dan? What's like one of the shows that you've been getting into quite a bit recently, or like one of your new
I'm
ones?
all caught up on the show Good Girls. Has anyone watched Good Girls? Where they decide
Never
you don't
heard
know
of it,
anything
man.
about it.
That I do not.
Three girls down on their luck end up robbing a convenience store.
Oh yeah, I've seen that
Supposed
one.
to be like 30 grand. There ends up being like 100 grand there.
It's got Christina Hendricks in it.
Yeah, it's got Christina Hendricks in it. Rita, the one chick from Parks and Rec. The Treat Yourself.
Yeah.
And they end up
I need to
getting
finish up on that.
They end up getting like 100 grand. Come to find out, they stole from like this like
Mafia.
the Mexican mafia pretty much.
Oh wow.
And they got to like do jobs for them to pay them back while still trying to balance their lives and not get caught by the cops and shit. Like it gets crazy. There's 2 seasons of it. I'm all caught up on it. And
Sounds like every season of Breaking Bad.
yeah, just they start money laundering and moving prescriptions, and it's based like in Michigan, so it's like based out of Detroit, like a suburb around Detroit. So they start running prescription drugs from Canada into
Ozark.
US
Sorry.
and stuff.
That's crazy.
It's a good show. I think it's on like NBC, so it's nothing like where you're not gonna see like full frontals and anything like that or a bunch of swearing. So like I can have it on
Well, what's
and
the
watch
fun
it
in
when
that?
Rowan's.
But
But when you have little kids and you're trying not to let them see that, it's a good show to watch that way. The stories,
Not Game of Thrones.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, excuse me.
one of my favorite things about Witcher, when he's in a bad situation, all you hear is "fuck."
yeah.
Dude. That's probably like the funniest thing is because like it'd be like super serious moment, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "Fuck," cracks me up every time.
Vaping Irish, I gave no spoilers. I just talked about
Gave a plot.
I gave
Yeah.
the plot of what's going on.
If you're watching the show to see if the thieving is successful, then
Yeah,
don't
I never
watch it
said
because
if
he
it
basically
was.
just said it was.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that it was. I didn't say that. What? Watch Riverdale. Get out of here.
The whole
Anyway,
first season's about them trying to rob this bank, and then they do, and it winds up that there's $100,000 in there, not 30.
what about you, Nick? What's
I
like
love
some
that
of
show.
what's some of the series that you've been hooked on lately?
Oh man, Ancient Aliens, The Witcher.
Dracula.
I'm gonna watch that now. When I get off here, I'm gonna go check that out because
Good.
that sounds really dope.
It's by the guys who made some show called Sherlock.
Oh my god, yes.
Uh,
I would have Benedict Cumberbatch's baby.
Benedict
For real.
Cumberbatch.
Oh my god, I love
Benedict
him.
love
Bandersnatch?
I've been watching Mandalorian as well.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
I need to start that.
it's
We're doing that
over
next
now.
dude, the best
Excellent.
thing that's happened to Star Wars, bro.
Absolutely.
In a
Oh, it
while.
totally
my
made up
per-
for Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yes,
yeah.
it did, dude, 100%.
Yeah, I didn't like Rise of Skywalker, so go ahead and unsub from me now. Like I didn't like it.
Dude.
I'm hardcore. I love Star
I'd
Wars.
wager to say that Solo and Mando are like my two or the only good Star Wars movies. Star Wars canon.
From
Yeah,
Disney.
I want another Han Solo movie. You know, shit, give me a Han Solo series.
Yeah.
I want to
Dude,
see the shit that he gets into. Man.
I'm pretty curious for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that's supposed to be happening.
That's gonna be dope.
Because
Supposedly-
that's supposed to be filling the gap between the prequels and episode 4. So like whatever happens to him in that period of time, I'm super excited to hear about.
Supposedly, if you watch the Golden Globes, Ian McGregor had a kind of like the hairstyle.
No, it's happening. He is
Yeah.
coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he came out
Hey,
Disney
I
Plus
agree
last year.
with Vaping Irish that I need my own mic. Because I think y'all can't get away from having me on your show anymore.
True.
I sit here.
And
Let
then
her out of the sound booth.
like,
Yeah.
and the supposed Darth Maul series we might be getting on Disney Plus.
See, that'll be cool.
I'm excited to see what happens. I'm more excited to see what happens with the series, like that they're going to start coming out with. Even when it comes down to like the Marvel stuff, I'm pretty excited to see what happens with some of those, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Or I'm really excited for the What If series, the whole
Yep.
Marvel What
See,
If series.
That I'm tired of superhero movies. Like I feel very much that like Avengers Endgame and Infinity War should have kind of capped that whole thing and been kind of done with it, because I'm just so sick and tired of seeing in
Dude,
especially
the age
from
of live
DC.
action is coming. That's what I think. Live action, you're going to see a shit ton of live action movies, both from Disney and from, all like think about every anime that you've ever loved that they're just going to destroy with live action over the next whatever.
Oh, I mean, they've been doing that. They
Yeah, I'm saying it's a
they
run-up to
destroyed
it.
Death Note. They
Oh,
tried it
don't
with
talk
JoJo Part 4.
Beyond Flux.
Yeah.
I'm talking about shows. Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not talking about just movies, but I'm saying I think that that's what's next, and it's been overshadowed. These small movies were overshadowed by, and they were unsuccessful, but they were overshadowed by the monster of the superhero genre, which will still be around. It's kind of it hit its zenith.
I mean, I would love to see good adaptations of live action anime, either as a serial or a film. I'm cool either direction, but I mean, like right now I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's one of the best animes ever made, and it would be
One Punch
crazy. Yeah, like even One Punch Man would be awesome to see, like a live action representation. But like, how do you do that right? You know, I mean, we're able to almost indefinitely, like with Marvel, show this is how you do a superhero movie live action. And I'm sure the Disney shows are going to be great, especially What If. I mean, that will get me to sit down and watch it. Like the Vision and Scarlet Witch. I have no interest
WandaVision.
In
that one's going to be.
I'm like, I don't really care about these. But boy, I have already watched all 4 seasons of Food Wars. Get on my level. But I mean, I like seeing people's adaptations, but most of the time, it's not done well. And even Japan has an issue with doing live action stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm always down to try something.
Maybe it was never meant to be adapted. Maybe they should just leave it alone.
Like if they start doing live action like Gundam movies, if they ruin that, I will literally go to Japan and riot.
They did one, and it was really good.
Really? They did a live action Gundam movie?
Yeah.
Fuck,
I never knew that. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Like 2000s, I want to say, is when it came out. G Savior, I think, is the name of it.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
Live action Zelda. Let's go.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Man, I would be down for a Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Metal Gear Solid, Halo, like any of these IPs would just be so easy to make into a film. Like Last of Us, that would make a great movie. Even God of War, and I'm playing that right now, that would make a great movie. Like even it just
Oh, dude, some of those games, like if you just watch all the cutscenes and just like cram them together, it's practically a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like all I would have to do is take that and adapt that into a screenplay with real actors and then figure out everything else, and it would be pretty crazy, dude.
What I always find they have trouble with is you've played all these games, you got all this information that you've spent hours playing, and then they cram it into like 2.5 hour movie. You know what I mean? Like I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, and when they came out and they were making the Assassin's Creed movie with
Michael Fassbender.
With Michael Fassbender, I was like, dude, this looks kind of dope. I'm excited about this. And then I watched it and I was like, I'm not satisfied. Like I feel they just ran through a bunch of stuff because you know what I mean? I probably spent like 30 hours on the second game, you know what I mean? And they're trying to cram all this stuff into 2.5 hours with nothing. Like, and if it doesn't do good, they're not making more of them, so they don't continue with what's going on.
And that's why that like Assassin's Creed would make a great series, because you could have a whole
episodes,
22 episodes, hour-long a piece, leading up to becoming an assassin. And then, you know, I mean, people in the film industry are really quick to try to make a buck off of IPs.
Yeah, like Vaping Irish says, anyone remember the Ambition that was Prince of Persia film?
Abomination.
Sorry,
Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Just glance
take
at
that back.
real quick.
Another great series that
it was bad. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That movie was glorious.
That's
like Waterworld.
How dare you?
Like I'm kind of excited when they take something that you know should go into a series and they're gonna make it a series. Like since you know the Russo brothers did the Infinity War and all the Avengers movies. Well, now the next project they're working on is a Netflix series about Magic the Gathering. I am so excited for that. I've been a Magic the Gathering fan since I was like 13 years old. Like that was my
Like, are they talking about is it people playing a card game, or is it
no?
about
It's like a
the
live
Planeswalkers?
like an animated TV show about the world that is.
Okay, that's cool
That
because
is amazing.
there's so much lore in the game
because they have the books
Like,
and everything. And
yeah, even the flavor text on the cards. Are awesome.
tells a story on their own.
I got a
Corey,
question.
you're now my favorite Elmi.
I am.
Did
You shot
anyone
past me.
did anyone play the Uncharted series for PlayStation?
I
Where it's
played
kinda
I played
wanted
little
to get
bits of
into
it,
it.
but I
think I
never
played
Kind
a
of
finished
like
little
it.
bit.
Indiana Jones, but kind of like Tomb Raider style, where he's going looking for ancient artifacts and stuff, and then you shoot him up and climb like Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, and stuff like that. Great fucking game, great fucking series. I think they could do either a TV series or a movie with that and kind of compact that together.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can even have the people that voice the game as the actors because it's like Nolan North, Troy Baker.
Well, they all
Yeah.
have faces for radio.
Oh no, have you seen Nolan North? He is a very handsome man.
He's a very handsome man.
He went high voice on you, so he's true
Passionate
about that.
about
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Angela, yes. She says, I just want He-Man and more Kevin Smith. Yes, yes, and more yes to that.
I agree with Kevin Smith.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're getting 2 He-Man series from Netflix. One as a continuation reboot, kind of how they did She-Ra, and then a Kevin Smith He-Man series that's set in between different not seasons, but like in between different stories.
Nice. Like little filler. Like it's like what happens
just-
in between
it's-
different things.
Yeah, and like in filling in on backstories
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
will
'cause we
either
really
of these
didn't have
series
a
be
lot of-
woke? You think?
I don't know, maybe. She-Ra was pretty.
Watchmen
like-
was woke, and I was like, I am watching this shit now, Mo.
See, look, I am a diehard Watchmen fan. I love the comic.
I did too.
Love the comic. That HBO series was bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it really?
I tried so hard to get through that.
It's like it's over the top, in your face, like racism is bad. Like, dude, I know this.
It's
Like,
woke AF. That's why I ask. Is it going to be woke? Because wokeness, the wokeness factor, there's only so much I can handle.
Ditto.
yeah, I mean, they fucking ruined that.
Until you guys
series
talked
bad.
about it, I forgot I watched it. That's like I didn't like it that much. I couldn't even remember I
Watchmen
watched the whole.
You
series.
impressed the memory, bro.
Yeah, I was just like, okay.
I'm
All
glad
right.
I did not watch it then.
Good. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
worth it. I was so excited for it too.
Yeah, me too.
Is there anything you guys have like? Because they put out new stuff every week. There's always something new. Is there something that's come out on Netflix, Disney Plus, anything that you forgot about, and you're like, oh shit, I need to go watch that. It came out months ago, and
I watched Rookie of the Year the other day.
If
The
you
Last
like,
Kingdom.
no, for a new series, was it
Yeah.
Dark
Oh my
something-
god, yes.
Dark Instructions or whatever? It's based off of the Golden Compass novel.
Dark Instruments.
Dark
It's
Instruments, yeah.
Dark Instruments.
I keep forgetting about that
No,
and wanting to watch it.
The Blank Spot. It's also called Zone Blanche. You want a French series that will kind of like mess with your head? It's done really well, and there's a 3rd season coming.
Oh, the French. That's a whole
The
other
French
story.
actually did good.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything new that's really come out that I'm just like, oh, I need to go and watch that. Other than like the stuff that I'm watching right now, like The Witcher and
Well, it could even be that it's been like mine's like Dark Mirror. I always hear about Dark Mirror and all these episodes and stuff, and
Like Black Mirror?
I still haven't gone and watched it, even though I hear so much good about it.
Black
But-
Mirror.
Black Mirror.
The interactive one was
That's probably why I
interesting.
couldn't find it because I was putting in Dark Mirror.
Oh,
That's probably what was
Black
going on.
Mirror.
one that I've
Marvel's good.
recently been getting into just because like the whole like Star Wars stuff that's been like popping up. I've been getting into the Clone Wars and Rebels series
Yes.
because I kind of like honestly they're pretty cool, like, even though they're like mainly, you know, for like kids or whatever, but like the story that goes along with it kind of like gives you a lot of history that's going on in between, you know, like the prequels and, you
That
know,
second and
episode
third
4,
movie.
like that whole clone, you get to figure out what's all going on and what all happens, and, you know, how certain characters are involved. And then like they've even started speaking about bringing some of these characters from these series into some of the movies. Like there was talk of Ahsoka Tano, which is one of the characters from the Clone Wars series, possibly bringing her into one of these live action movies at some point or
You know
something
who
like
they
that.
were talking to play her?
Yeah, and I'm not super stoked on it, but yeah, they're saying Brie Larson possibly, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
She's the same
Captain
person that played
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Oh no, she
Oh
can't act.
no!
I was thinking, okay, you know the chick who played in the Avatar movie, the female?
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, I think she would be a good adaptation to Ahsoka.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, I love her.
There's a few
And
people
cool.
that could.
And in like the Clone Wars series too, you learn about other like big characters. You learn kind of the backstory of their race too. Like you learn a little bit more about Darth Maul and the race of the race
Sith.
of planet. Yeah, the planet he's from and how their planet is all kind of primal based.
Could
You
have
gotta
learned
learn
that
to-
from playing Star Wars: The Old Republic.
You get to learn a lot about
Sure.
the Mandalorians as well, which is something that I was super into about it. Is because like, especially after watching the Mandalorian, it just made me want to like learn more about like how
Oh, yeah.
that all
There's
went
a
down.
huge.
How
There's
do
so
I get
much
into
stuff.
this?
There's
I wanna
so
be in
much
this
stuff
group.
out there, man. There's so much like. Even on YouTube itself, like there's been videos that I've been watching about, you know, like
can spend
stuff from
hours.
canon to legends, and you know all this different, like the differences between the different lightsabers and all this shit. And it's just like I've been super getting into all that stuff lately. So that's kind of been what
Clone
I've been
Wars. You
doing.
learn how the lightsabers are made.
That's
You
the
learned
Old
that in
Republic.
Knights of the
also
Old
learned that.
Republic.
Oh, Shane Oakley says he's got a question.
for life.
He's got a question for the panel. He says,
Oh,
"What's
geez.
your opinion on Robert Pattinson as the new Batman?"
Hated it.
Oh,
No,
Just a million times no.
as
no,
long as
DC
it's short,
Die after that.
just no.
You can't.
only with
you-
glitter.
no, I can't. I can't even.
How about Val
All right.
Kilmer? I want him
Yeah.
to
Oh
reprise
God,
the role.
no. Fuck.
No,
I love Val,
Val Kilmer now.
Turn Val
No.
Kilmer.
Val
Yeah.
Kilmer in the movie The Saint. Did anyone see that?
Yes.
It's a good fucking movie. right
Absolutely.
So hold on. Has anybody
Elizabeth
seen Robert Pattinson in anything
Yes.
other than Twilight?
Yes.
I've seen him in a
Okay.
few things.
Harry Potter.
A lot of things
So,
actually. He most
besides
recently
Harry
was in
Potter.
The King
The
Okay.
as the
So-
Dauphin.
He did a movie with Willem Dafoe called The Lighthouse, which
Yep.
was a follow-up from the same writer and director as The Witch, which is a garbage movie and you should never waste your time watching it.
I liked it.
I fucking hated that movie. Except for like the last like 2 minutes. And I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down now.
I don't know. I like the actress. That's that can be a big deal.
The Robert Pattinson is a phenomenal actor. I
He
mean,
is.
he really
He
is.
is. He can act.
But not
And-
as Batman.
No.
But hold on. Think about at the core of the whole Bruce Wayne Batman dynamic. You need to have somebody who is going to be attractive to most people, who can be suave, who's a little bit mysterious, and then is able to literally fit a suit. If Henry Cavill can work out so much that his muscles are tearing the costumes for The Witcher, then Robert Pattinson, who's never been in bad shape, can bulk up to be
Regardless,
a
though,
Batman.
his demeanor, I think that he would be better suited to continue down the road of doing these more character. I mean, unless they're going to do it right. I think if the stars aligned, you're right. He's a good actor, so he could do it. But I just don't think if you're going to fit him into a puzzle that he's just like the last piece of it. I don't know.
And
Yeah, I just-
Most
dude,
people
right
remember him
there,
more from
right there,
Twilight than-
Vaping Irish said it.
Yep.
And I think the same
can
thing.
see
He
that.
said I could see Pattinson as Nightwing, but not Batman.
I
I
could
could
definitely
agree
see
with
that.
that 100%.
Yeah.
I could see him being an older
I'll take it
Dick
back a
Grayson.
whole step backwards. I can't see DC putting out a good movie.
No,
Oh,
dude,
no,
I
yeah.
was gonna say that too, man.
So-
Like DC does not have a
That's
good
the
track
root of it.
record when it comes
Christopher
down to it.
Nolan? Christopher
I like-
Nolan put
I like the
Robert
Joker.
Pattinson in his movie and you're good. Go ahead.
See, but the Joker's different, clown, because it doesn't follow the normal superhero plot form. It's not a superhero movie whatsoever. They
But
did.
You also have Joaquin Phoenix,
Exactly.
who's a tour de force. Like
exactly. He's the dude's crazy when he gets the right part, man. Like he just envelops in it. Yeah.
He lost 52 pounds for this role by eating an apple every other day. Like
that's fucked.
He is. Joaquin Phoenix is just whacked, like in the best way possible,
dude. Like when, one of my favorite movies, and it might not be popular opinion, but I loved him in Walk the Line as Johnny Cash. I thought he absolutely killed that movie. Like there was points when I'm watching it where I thought he was Johnny Cash. You know what I mean? Like he just like fit the part. Even though he didn't look like him, he just like he carried the mannerisms and all that. You know what I mean? He lived up to the part for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody who kind of changed their looks for a movie, how about that fucking dude from Parks and Rec for getting buffed up for the Eternals? I forgot what his name.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's not in Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt.
No, not Chris Pratt.
He's this Indian dude.
The Indian dude
from the Community.
Oh, you're thinking of from Silicon Valley.
From the Community. Are you talking about the dude from the Community?
Maybe.
No, it wasn't him either.
Silicon Valley, the guy from Iran. He's a comedian, right?
Oh.
He's Pakistani.
I don't know.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Dinesh.
No,
Dinesh from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
He's been ripped. Like that's what everybody.
As a twig.
No, dude, he's been jacked as fuck.
He's never been a twig. He's just wore loose clothing on himself. Like
he was also in a lot of episodes of Portlandia.
Okay.
That dude's funny as hell. If anyone remembers Attack of the Show back on G4 Network, he was
Attack of the
Show. Attack of the Show, bro. Remember G4 Tech TV, bro?
Dude.
Again, 1,000 Ways to Die.
The Man Show.
See, I remember Tech TV when it was Tech TV. Like it was, hey, we're going to show you this new thing called HDMI.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, TVs are getting thin.
Right. Well, guys, we are going to go ahead and start winding out here because if you guys didn't know, you're going to know now. Make sure you guys go tune in over on the Amigos & Co. channel. They do have a stream coming up shortly after this. Go show them some love and support. They always show us nothing but love and support here, so of course we got to continue that on over to them. We're about community growth here, guys, so we want to make sure that everybody gets to, feel the love. You know what I mean? So go over there, share the link around, subscribe, hit that notification bell over there as well, and just tune in. They got a great show going on over there. We pop in over there from time to time, and there's plans on maybe an Ohmies Amigo mashup type thing going on sometime this year, guys. So stay tuned for that. So much love to the Amigos there. What we're gonna do now, we'll just go around and do our little sign outs here. So I'm just gonna kind of pass it around to everybody, let everybody say stuff. I'll go ahead and start with you, Clown. What you got coming up this week, man?
Wednesday we are doing Wolf Bite Podcast at 3 p.m. here over on my channel, and then on Thursday I should be doing the vlog, and I'm still thinking of what I'm doing for that, but then I'm hopefully gonna start reposting videos again next week. So yeah.
Special guest on the vlog might be me.
Right.
Who was that?
Yeah. Go Corey.
Yeah. Obviously, I told you guys earlier, 15th. What's in the news with John Typhon and the Angry Hippie and me, of course, is going to be back. We're going to be changing things up a little bit. It's going to kind of be a lot more organized instead of us just ranting about shit that's going on the entire time, which is going to be pretty excited. I'm excited for what we have going. I'm working on a little bit more kinks, a little bit with What's Your Story. I want to try to freshen that up a little bit too. So that might be taking a little bit longer than What's the News coming out. So that might be coming maybe within the next, maybe like the week after or the 2 weeks after. I'm still trying to work it out, see what I want to do. But yeah, just keep an eye out for things. I'll be posting little teasers here and there, get people ready. And yeah, I'm excited to finally get back on the YouTubes again.
Nice, man. What about you, Nick? You got anything coming up you want to tell the people about?
Maybe. So I'm going to be recording a review tonight. I'll have it debut for tomorrow. And I'm just going to be doing some reviews. Just nothing even new per se, just stuff that I never got around to reviewing or just, whatever. I'm on the road to hitting 1,000. In fact, I'm almost at 300 now. Which
awesome,
is
dude.
cool. like 372 hours. So that's really impressive. But so yeah, if you guys haven't already, and if you want to, no obligation, but it would mean the world to me, head over to my channel, www.youtube.com/thicknick, hit that subscribe and the notification button so you know when I am mass uploading shit again.
Yeah, dude. I felt like it was almost like another Jared the Vaping Goat. You know, you remember back in the days when Jared would upload just video after video after video after video, and my feed was just blowing. That's what happened to my feed last night with Nick. It's just like thick Nick, thick Nick, thick Nick, thick Nick, thick Nick, thick Nick. I think even at one point, Freaking Wolf jumped into the Discord and said, "Whoa, slow down on the uploads there, thick Nick."
Yeah,
man,
I only have 2 screens.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to get this done. I'm like, I'm tired.
What about you, Swags?
Yeah, so Wednesdays over on Heavy Metal Vapors channel, never heard of them, at 9 p.m. Eastern, pretty sure. Friday, Vape Stew after the Green Room on Stan's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern. And that's that. I think that's pretty much it. Thanks.
How about the
Back
high-end
to you.
vape form, Swags?
What?
It's every other Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I just did it yesterday. I'm not sure if we're doing one this Sunday. If Pal shows up, we'll do it.
Well, go back and watch the.
Yeah,
if
go
you're
back and
watching-
watch
Watch
the
it.
replay.
Yeah, go over and watch our show from yesterday on Stan's channel.
Yeah.
And Vape Forum.
Yeah.
We talked to Simon from Psychro.
Yeah. Good show, guys. If you didn't catch it, go over there, check them out.
Thanks, man.
And of course, you can always go over to the Vapor Swaggins channel, throw them a sub as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
guys. You know,
Vapor Swaggins
You know a
channel.
message. Tell him you want to see more. Would you look at that?
Would you look
Like,
at that? Yeah,
blow up his
He's
Instagram.
always got interesting stuff to show, anyways. Come on.
this is true.
yeah.
This is true.
There's so much stuff that I should have done videos for that's already been sold in the time that I've gotten it and sold it before. Yeah, well, what can you do?
Hey, man.
I'm prepare to be underwhelmed is literally the slogan for the channel. So
You should just have a picture of something you owned at one point where he's like, you almost got to look at that.
yeah,
All right. So with
This
that,
should be a whole
good.
other
Like across
Instagram
the stream.
show. Go ahead, James.
So with that, guys, of course, we can't end an episode of the Ohmies without a Dan dad joke. So with that being said, it is time for Dan's dad joke of the week.
Been looking forward to this all day. Found the perfect joke. What do Valley Girls hang out? Why do Valley Girls hang out in odd numbers?
I don't know.
Because they can't even.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that one's
Wow.
perfect because it's a
That-
pop culture reference.
that
I
was
freaking
that
love it.
was pretty good. You know what,
That's my
Dan?
favorite one.
I'm gonna give it to you on that one. That one's the winner so far. Let's see if you can keep this rhythm going the rest of 2020,
new
bro.
dad jokes.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Ones that
Let's
actually.
do
They
it.
made a promise
Step.
that they were going to get worse, so.
Hey,
He's,
well,
hold
they're
on.
getting better, so let's keep that track going. You know, let's stay on
Yeah,
those.
we'll
that-
see how long.
Yeah.
I can go for.
So with all that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind this out here. Like I said, make your way over to the Migos and Co channel. Go show them some support over there. You probably see me pop in and chat. Of course, thank you guys all for tuning in and hanging out with us. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you make your way over to Nick's channel as well. Go throw a subscribe and hit that notification bell. Of course, subscribe to both Corey, Clown, and Vapor Swaggins as well. Go follow Dan over there on Instagrams. And then you guys can catch us right back here next Monday for another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. Same place, same time. And with all that being said, it's that time to send out all those positive vibes, crisp high fives, and let's just vape on, Ohmies.
Knuckle puck time.
Fast
Pork
rolling
chop
for
sandwich.